Well, could an international body be telling you whether you can spank your child or take him to church? Not if one congressman has his way. Pete Hoekstra of Michigan is pushing to amend the U.S. Constitution to permanently guarantee a parent's rights. But is this really necessary? Republican Congressman Pete Hoekstra joins me now. Congressman, good morning to you.
Hey, good morning.
All right, so I think most parents sitting at home watching this thinking, I spank my child, I bring my child to church whether I want to or, if I want to. What the heck is this about? Why do I need a constitutional amendment to protect my right to do it?
Well, Megan, I think maybe for you this has gotten to be a personal issue. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you, sir.
You'll soon be... Yes. Well, but congratulations. But it does get to be personal because under this UN Convention on the Rights of the Child, potentially you will have 18 experts, quote-unquote experts, who are unelected, who are unaccountable, who will have the opportunity to start influencing and maybe deciding the relationship between a parent and their child. And, this can't happen. This is a very sacred relationship between a parent and a child, and we need to protect it. It's an implied right in the Constitution. I want to make it an explicit right in the Constitution to make sure that the UN, Congress, and the courts do not intervene in this relationship.
You say it can't happen, but President Obama, Senator Barbara Boxer of California, and other Democrats have said, oh, yes, it can happen, and it should happen, that the United States signs on to this treaty and starts enforcing this treaty that would allow this UN body to have some say over how Americans parent their children. And they say, their argument is, look, about 200 countries are signatories to this thing, and the vast majority of them have no trouble. The parents don't complain. No one's getting in trouble for spanking their kids, and people like you are making much ado about nothing. Your response to that?
Well, my response is very clear. Why do we want to turn over to the UN U.S. sovereignty? Treaties are intended to define the relationships between countries on trade, proliferation of nuclear weapons, and those types of things. I don't want to cede U.S. sovereignty on this very important issue between parents and their child to the UN or to these people in Geneva. There's no need for this. What is the benefit to a parent, to a child, and what is the benefit to the United States by signing on to this type of treaty and potentially in the future giving away our sovereignty? There is no need for this. If there's no need, there's no benefit. We should not do it.
People like Barbara Boxer and even the president's cabinet members, some of them have said that the need is we need it would sort of shift the standard in this country. And if we allow this UN body to have its say, that'll do it. Where our main question is what's in the best interest of the child, and where we have parents who clearly don't see what the best interest of the child is, this international body could step in and say, we do see what the best interest is, and we're going to be an advocate on behalf of that child.
Now that you've got it exactly head on. They want to move the standard that says the government can only intervene if a child is being abused or neglected. And what they want to do is they say the government has the right and the UN has the right and the responsibility to intervene if a parent is not behaving in the best interest of the child. And that opens up Pandora's box as to what that means. I'll tell you, Barbara Boxer, Hillary Clinton, and these folks, I'm sure that they disagree with many of the decisions that I have made, that you may make in the raising of your children, but that doesn't give them the right or the responsibility to tell me that I'm wrong and that we're going to raise them with their standards. They can protect my kids against the neglect or abuse, but I want to make sure that I've got the responsibility, and American parents have the right to raise their kids, educate their kids the way they see fit.
I have to run, but I have to ask you, any chance of you actually getting a constitutional amendment passed? You'd have to have 2/3 of the House and the Senate, and then you'd have to have 3/4 of the states ratify it. You think you can do that?
Well, we've got two objectives here. The long-term objective is to pass this constitutional amendment. The short-term objective is to make sure that the U.S. Senate does not ratify this UN Convention on the Rights of the Child.
All right, well, we'll be watching. I know you've got 70 folks in the Senate and in the House backing you so far, and this is getting more and more attention. Congressman Pete Hoekstra, thanks so much for being here.
Hey, great. Thank you.
All the best.
We have a crew in